A whale bursts out of the water and crashes to the surface with a splash.
Whales spend most of their time deep underwater. What are they up to when they're out of sight?
The whale lifts its tail out of the water as it dives.
Well, if we can't see them, maybe we can hear them. Because whales talk to each other across huge distances with special underwater calls.
Anisha and a blonde woman in a garage. Hilary Moores Murphy, research scientist.
So sound is really important to whales. They use sound for just about everything they do. They use sound to communicate with one another, for mating, for raising their young. They also use sound even to navigate the oceans or to feed.
A Coast Guard flag flaps in a stiff breeze.
Researchers, like Hilary Moores Murphy, are working with different high-tech tools they can use to listen in on the private lives of whales.
So this is an AMR, and what it is, it's a recording device that has a hydrophone. So this is a hydrophone right here. And that's just a fancy word for a waterproof microphone.
So how close does a whale have to be for your microphone to pick it up?
It actually depends on the species of whale. So for a big low-frequency producer like a blue whale, which produces 20 hertz signals, we can probably pick those up to more than 100 kilometers in some cases. For a right whale, one of the other species we're really interested in, we're probably picking up their calls out to about 40 kilometers.
The dart-shaped craft sits on the deck of a ship.
An AMR can be deployed far from shore, at deep depths, and they can record for long periods of time. It's held in place using weights, but it also has a float. So when we're ready to bring it back, the weights will be released and it will float back up. This one will stay out at sea for a full year. So for now, we wait.
The AMR is lowered into the water. In a lab, a yellow torpedo-like device.
Meanwhile, another tool that researchers use is called a Slocum glider. While the AMR stays anchored to the sea floor, this glider is constantly on the move.
Subtitles. It's an instrument that allows us to survey a fairly large section of water. Delphine Durette-Morin, MSc student, Dalhousie University. It allows us to obtain data to estimate what habitats are the most pleasant or essential for different species. The glider floats in a tank. Adam Como, glider team manager.
This right here is the CTD, it's called, and it'll measure the water temperature and conductivity, which you can use to get the salinity, so how salty the water is.
So how does this move in the water?
So this Slocum glider has a buoyancy engine. It doesn't have a propeller. And the way that this buoyancy engine works is it changes the density of the glider. So it either makes it heavier or lighter. So it goes down, and then the engine moves, the glider becomes lighter, and then it goes up. Keeps it moving.
Just a radio check, thank you.
The glider team on the deck of a ship.
So we're preparing to deploy the Slocum glider. Its name is Bond because its serial number is 007.
When the glider's at sea, it comes up to the surface, the antennas come out of the water, and it can get its GPS position and connect to the Iridium satellites that are going around the Earth to transmit data in near real time.
Two men lift the glider on a dolly. They carry it to the side of the ship and tip it into the water. And that information we can send to other individuals like ships that are in the area to alert them that whales are present in that area. The yellow glider floats on the surface of the water.
This is critical information, especially as some endangered species, like the North Atlantic right whale, appear to change their migratory behavior.
In time-lapse, the AMR is lifted from the water by a crane.
And when the AMR returns to shore, its data is downloaded and processed, offering researchers an even closer look, or listen, at what whales are up to below the waves.
So there's our right whale up call, and you can see it sort of starts at a lower frequency and then goes up to the higher frequency.
Anisha listens to the recording with headphones.
We can use acoustics to monitor other areas and see if right whales are passing through those areas or hanging out in those areas. We can see if they're there just in the summertime or if we're hearing them all year round. So we actually picked up right whales in December, in the middle of winter. So we can learn things about these animals that maybe we didn't know before because we weren't able to actually be out there looking for them.
A right whale surfaces and blows. It ducks back beneath the waves, slipping away in a churn of white water.